Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. Easy Beginner Yoga is intended to help get you moving. See what your body will do for you as you stretch and unwind in this beginner flow. So grab your mat and let's get started. We are going to begin in a seated posture, easy seat. Either leg in front, you are welcome to sit on a block or blanket, or just the floor. We're going to start with our palms down on our thighs. Pull the elbows back towards the rib cage. Pull that chin back in so your ears come over the shoulders. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes, and we'll slowly start to breathe in and out through the nose. And as you're breathing, just notice what's going on in the body, checking in. Maybe let go of some tension on your exhale. As you breathe in, breathing gratitude for this time, this self-care time for yourself, for your body, for your mind. Just let go of anything not serving you. Take another deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Go ahead and bring the palms to heart space. Go ahead and draw your chin towards your chest. Look down at your fingers. Open the fingers as wide as they can go as they press together. And then rotate those fingertips towards the earth. A little stretch through the wrists. Bring the fingertips back up. Inhale, lift the hands up to the sky. Separate the arms. Look up at your fingers. Open your eyes. Give a little wiggle to the fingers. Feel that stretch through the body. Take your right hand down to the floor. Left arm up. Bend your right elbow, side lean. A little relaxation here. Notice the left side of the body stretching. Now we're slowly going to transition to the other side. Place your left palm on the floor, right arm overhead. Relax your left shoulder. Try not to lift off that right glute. Just feel the stretch through the right side of the body. And then you're going to transition and windmill back to the right side. Again, keeping that left knee down, left hip down, right shoulder relaxed. You're still breathing through this whole time, this whole holding of the posture. And then windmill it back to the left, reaching that arm. Relax your left shoulder. Lengthening and lifting nice and tall back to your neutral tall spine. Now whatever leg is in front, I want you to lean back and switch. Put the other leg in front. And this time again, pulling the chin in, ears over shoulders. Place the hands on the thighs. Notice the difference here. Place your left hand on the floor. Right arm comes up and over. And again, keeping that right hip down and the knee down. Finding your breath. And then windmill it back over to the right. Keeping that knee down, hip down, shoulder relaxed on that right side. One more time, windmill it over to the right, the left. And now back to the right. Now we're going to come up nice and tall. Reach both arms up overhead. Relax those shoulders. You're going to twist to the right. Reach your left hand to the right thigh, right hand behind. Lift and twist. And then slowly release those legs. Twist to the other side. Lengthening and looking behind you. Continuing to breathe. And then back to center. Take a deep breath in, reach both arms up, press the palms together, exhale the palms to heart space, lift the elbows, and relax the shoulders. Open up the fingers, and again, rotate those fingertips towards the floor, and then back up a couple more times, stretching out through the wrists. Notice if one might feel tighter than the other. One more time. Coming up to neutral. Now you're going to release and bring the fingertips behind you, and then you're going to bring the feet flat on the floor, knees bent. Then from here, you're just going to drop the knees gently side to side. Just feel that nice little massage in the glutes. Feel the hips loosening up. A couple more times, side to side. This hopefully feels good. One more each side. And then you're going to straighten out the legs, extend them straight out in front of you, lifting those toes up. If it's challenging to sit as tall as you would like, just use your arms next to you on the floor, and then flex the feet. Lengthening, feel the crown of your head pressing towards the sky, and then feel your breath coming in and out as you tighten up those quads. Feel the muscles pulling towards the bone. Wiggling the toes, lifting those heels, and then relax the legs, give them a shake. We're going to pull the right knee into the chest, give it a squeeze, and then if you'd like, you can bring that right foot to the outside edge of your left thigh. Wrap your left arm nice and tight around that right knee. So you want to really squish the knee and the thigh into the belly. Take your right hand behind you, lift and twist towards that bent knee. Maybe try flexing that left foot. And just find your breath. Inhale and exhale. Notice if there's any tension or resistance in the hip or the glute. One more breath. And then you're going to come back to the center. Take that same leg and we're going to bring it back on the inside of that left thigh and just let it fall open. And your instep, the bottom of your foot can go against the thigh. If you have any knee issues, it can go further out down by your calf or shin. Then you're going to flex that left foot. Let's reach up to the sky. Get a little length in that spine and then exhale, forward fold, reaching towards your left toes. If you can't reach them, you can let your hands rest on the floor. Now here's important note to take is lengthen through your spine as you're leaning forward. So we're not collapsing or rounding. So we keep the protection going in that back by staying nice and tall. So basically you're leaning your belly towards your thigh and you're looking forward like over those toes. And just relax. Some of you might feel it in the hamstring, the back of that left thigh. Some of you might feel it in the right low back or hip. Again, depending on where you're tight. So I'm just really lengthening through that spine as I lean forward. And again, you don't have to hold on to the foot. One more breath. And then walk your hands up on the mat to become nice and tall. We're going to extend our right leg out. Just give the leg a shake. You might feel some sensation running through the leg all the way to the foot, so everything is hydrating the blood flow. Now you're going to pull that left knee in nice and tight. Give it a squeeze, and then bring that left foot on the outside edge of your right thigh. Flex your right foot. Let's hug that left knee in nice and tight with your right arm. Left arm's behind you with like a kickstand. Lengthen through the spine and then twist. So your thigh and your belly are getting mushed. They want to mush together. Look behind you. Find your breath. Flex your right foot. Pull that toe up. As you breathe. Now from here, we're going to take that leg, come back to center, uncross that left leg and just let it fall open. So now the bottom of your foot is against the thigh, knee, shin, again, wherever it feels good to you. So lengthen through the spine, flex your right foot. Let's reach the arms up, and I want you to stay as tall through the spine as you can as you hinge forward. We're not collapsing and rounding. We want to stay tall. So maybe you start by just reaching the hands. Maybe you let them rest on the floor. Some of you might be able to reach your big toe or your foot. Again, as you're leaning forward, staying tall and finding your breath. It doesn't matter how close to the leg you get. It's more about length and noticing where you have tension. Maybe now on this side, it might be more in the glute. Maybe it's in the hamstring, calf. Maybe it's in the opposite side, the low back or the glute. And then as you hold this posture and you breathe, you might find your body starting to melt a little closer to the thigh. Again, keeping nice and tall. And a lot of times you might see people go down with the nose to the knee, which is fine. This is a very beginner, easy class, so I want to keep safety in mind. I also have that, some of us have back issues. I got a bulging disc in that back, so I try to keep my posture nice and tall so I don't have any extra pressure in that area. We're going to bring the palms to the floor and lengthen and lift nice and tall. Now you're going to extend both legs out again, but this time you're going to take them to the edges of your mat so they're a little bit wider, and bring your fingertips behind the back and just lengthen, flexing the feet and hinge your body forward, your upper body. So you're using your fingertips to just lean into it, and then shake out the legs a bit. Notice where there's tension. Option to reach your arms in front now, and again, staying nice and tall. If you have a block, if you need to have something to lean on, you can use a block. Some of you might be able to hold on to your toes and just bend your elbows and lean into it some more. And then find your breath. This is a nice, just easy way to lengthen, stretch, check in with the body. One more breath here. And then we're going to release wherever you are and sit up nice and tall. And we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together for butterfly. So you're going to hold on to the ankles and just let those knees do a little bit of movement up and down. Then you're going to relax the shoulders, hold on to the ankles, and let's draw big circles with the whole upper body, circling it around. One more circle, and then we go the opposite direction. So change direction. You want this to feel really good. One last circle. And then we're going to lengthen through the spine, pull the elbows to the rib cage, and start to lean forward. Again, flat back, nice and tall. Spine, option to push your elbows towards the thighs. Now you're still lengthening as you lean forward. Option to draw your chin just slightly down. That might get a little too intense, and if it does, just keep your head up. Then we're going to slowly come up and out, and let's hug the knees and squeeze them. A little nice stretch through the upper back. Drop your chin to your chest. And then we're going to release those legs, and you're going to transition to tabletop. You're welcome to bring the legs beside you or crisscross them and come onto your hands and knees. So here we're going to spread out those fingers, place them on the floor nice and wide. Index fingers facing the front of your mat, your thumbs towards each other, knees underneath your hips, and the tops of your feet on the floor. So we're going to start out with our cat-cow. We're going to draw the chin to the chest, round through the back, push through the tops of the feet. And then you're going to inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone, look out in front of you. Cat-cow again, exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open up that chest. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round. And inhale, lift and open. And then find your neutral spine. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. We're just going to add a little challenge for the core here. So we're going to extend the right arm to the front wall. Thumb is up. And then take your left toe and push your left foot to the back of your mat, tucking your toes under so you're stretching it out through that calf. Keep the belly in, squeeze your left glute, and lift that left foot off the floor. Extend to tabletop. So if this is too much, just do one arm or one leg. You don't have to do both at the same time. Pull the shoulder away from the ear. Embrace the shakiness. This is very good for us. Bring the hand to the floor and then the knee to the floor. Level out the hips. Keep everything nice and tight through the torso. Extend your left arm front. Thumb is up. Take your right toe, press it into the back of your mat. Stretching through the toes and the calf. Keep that right glute tight as you lift the right leg off the floor. Extend to tabletop. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Looking at your thumb on the floor. And breathe. This is a great one to practice to build strength in the body, in the core. We're going to bring the hand to the floor and the knee to the floor. Now we're going to take the knees wide, feet together, slide your hips back to your heels, a child's pose, and you're going to walk the hands forward to bring your forehead towards the mat. You can always put your forehead on a block if it doesn't go to the floor. Let your arms rest. And just feel your hips pushing back towards your heels. Feel the stretch in that low back. There's a lot of variation, so just go with what feels good to you. From here, we're going to come up. We're going to look forward, straighten out the arms. The palms are on the floor. And you're going to walk both hands towards your right. So you're really stretching as you're reaching to the right. Now shift your hips just a little bit to the left. So you're taking your hips away from your hands. So you're feeling that stretch up the left side of the body. Now option, if you want to go deeper, you can take your left hand and place it on top of your right. Find your breath and start to melt your upper body, your head towards the floor. One more breath. You're going to lift, take your hand off if they're stacked, and then start to walk both hands to your left. Shift your body to the right. So your hands are reaching way as far as you can to the left side of your mat, and then reach your hips away. So you're really melting. Now option, you can take your right hand on top of the left if you would like, and then melt towards the floor. So now you're feeling the stretch to the right side of the body. Find your breath. One more breath. And then you'll bring your head up, uncross the hands if they are, reaching the hands forward, coming out of your child's pose. Realign yourself towards the tabletop. And once you're there, you're going to walk your hands a little bit in front of your shoulders, tucking your back toes. And we are going to go to our downward facing dog. So you're going to lift your hips and let's just walk your dog. So you pedal out your feet, shift your hips gently side to side. Just feel how the body can move and stretch. Really roll through those feet. And then melt your heels towards the floor. Bend the knees, slide your hips up and back. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Tucking your chin and find your breath. Inhale and exhale. Push not only through your palms, but also through your fingertips. And then we'll rise up into the toes, back into the heels. And then you're going to walk your feet forward and come to a forward fold. So, or bring your hands and feet together and just hang out here. Maybe hold your elbows, sway side to side. Releasing those hands back to the floor. Hands on the shins now, below the knees, lengthen the arms, flatten out the back, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach the palms together, and then exhale, palms to heart space. Open up that chest, find your mountain. And just breathe in and out for a moment. Feel the feet pushing into the floor. Look down at your toes and make sure they're both pointing forward and that they are about maybe 1 fist distance apart. You're going to inhale then both arms up. And then when you come up, exhale the shoulders down into place, soften the knees, and then side bend, reaching towards your right side. Soften the knees and push into the arches of the feet. Find your breath. One more. And then we rise up and exhale to the other side, reaching the arms, pushing the hips the opposite way, finding your breath. Pushing into the arches again of the feet. Notice how the change of the body, how it adapts. And then we're going to inhale up. Press the palms together. Exhale, palms to heart space. Nice. And release the arms all the way out to the side. Open that chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. So you're going to keep your feet parallel, nice and even. All right, take another deep breath in. And then exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Hands on the shins, let's lengthen and half lift. Let's exhale, fold, bend the knees, inhale, rise. Press the palms together. Now you're going to take your right foot back and you're just going maybe about 1 foot to 2 feet behind you, and I want you to find a balance on the ball of your back right foot. So your front knee is bent, but your back heel can't quite reach the floor. And then we're going to draw the arms up, and we're finding a short posture. We're going to do a little variation here. It's called crescent lunge, because we're balancing. Some of you might be able to go further back. Again, make adjustments for what feels good to you. As long as your front knee is over your ankle, you don't want to be here with your knee far forward. Then we're going to pivot that back heel to the floor. So your hips are forward, finding your warrior one. A little more stability when we have that foot planted, right? Yeah, and you might be able to slide that front knee, open things up a little more. Find your breath. And then bring your palms together to heart space. So your elbows are wide, your shoulders are down, palms are together. We're going to press the palms and twist slightly to your left. Just feel that little twist there. Notice what's going on in that right hip flexor. Come back to center. Now you're going to twist the opposite way, but we're going to extend the arms and open things a little bit wider. So your feet are more of an L. Find your warrior two. Relax the shoulders and look over those left fingertips. And find your breath. Inhale and exhale. Notice what's going on in that left front knee. Is it collapsing inward? Push it towards your pinky toe. Make sure you can see your big toe. We're going to bring the palms together. Straighten out that front leg. Good. Bend the back knee and then gently press forward, stepping slowly, coming back to your mountain. Check your toes again. Make sure they're facing the front. Grounding into the earth. Opening up that chest. Take a deep breath in. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Swan dive. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, and then bend the knees, rise up. Palms to heart space. Now we get to do the other side. So you're going to take your left foot back, find your crescent. So you're balancing on the ball of the foot, extending the arms up, making sure your knee is over your ankle, not pushing way forward over it, so your weight is balanced. One more breath. Now we're going to come to our warrior one. So you're going to plant that back foot down onto the floor, a little bit of a pivot. We're going to press the palms together, bring them to heart space. Elbows wide, shoulders down. Twist towards your right. And continue breathing. We breathe in and out through the nose, controlling the breath. Now we're coming back towards the center, twisting, continuing to the left, opening it up. So maybe you step a little wider, turning your left foot to the outside of the mat, extend the arms front and back, looking over your right fingertips. Also check in with that right knee. Make sure you can see your big toe and it's pushing, the knee is pushing to the pinky. And find your breath, relax those shoulders. And notice the difference on this side compared to the other. And then as we breathe in and out, we just notice what we have going on in the body. No judgment, just observing. Are you feeling the hips opening up? Now you're going to bring the palms together, straighten the front leg, bend your back knee so you can get a little power to step on forward, find your mountain. Grounding into the earth. Let's take a deep breath in, up through the sky, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Inhale, rise. Arms come up. Exhale, palms to heart space. Now you're going to step and turn wide and just turn towards me, whichever way that works for you. Your toes are out. And you're going to extend the arms up to find your star. And then we're going to bend the elbows and bend the knees and find your goddess. And then find your star. And find your goddess. See if you can go a little lower each time. Extend up. 2 more. Coming down, opening the arms. And extend up. And 1 more time, down. And extend up. Bring those palms to heart space. And then we're going to step back towards the front of your mat. Bring your feet about, again, 1 fist distance apart. Look down, make sure they're both facing the front. Release, and we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. Press the palms. Maybe feel those arms pulling a little bit away from the back. Chest expansion, option to add a forward fold. So you bring your nose towards your knees and your arms overhead, soften the knees. You might feel that stretch not only in the chest, but the back of the legs. And then slowly roll back up. Nice and slow. And when you get to the top, release those fingers and just let the fingers swing arms front to back. Tap those hands. Get some range of motion in those shoulders. Now let's take a deep breath in, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold all the way back down to the floor. We're going to bend the knees. And then you're going to step back and we're going to come to our tabletop. So we're working our way back to the floor. We'll reach the arms out in front of you. You're on your knees. And then you're going to shift your body forward. So you are right above those wrists, the shoulders are. And then you're going to bend the elbows in chaturanga. All the way to the belly. And then we're going to walk the hands forward and come onto the forearms. And the palms are down. Sphinx pose. And then press into the floor gently. As you open the chest, lift the upper body. And just let the legs relax on the floor. And now find your breath. So you're gently pressing the palms down, almost like you're going to pull yourself forward. So you don't want to feel any pinching in that low back, but you want to feel that belly expanding. And then look over your right shoulder. Continue breathing. And then slowly rotate your head and look over the left shoulder. Coming back to center, chin to chest. And then looking back forward and up. See if you can press those palms down. Open that chest a little more. And then we're going to slide the elbows out, lower down towards the chest wall. Slide the hands next to the body because you're going to press back to child's pose. So you're going to use your arm strength. Separate your knees, feet together, sliding into your child's pose. And draw your head towards the mat and just rest here. Relax your arms on the mat. One more breath. Now you're going to come out of your child's pose and you can slide to either hip and bring those legs in front. Now you're going to make sure you have room behind you and you're going to lay all the way onto your back and you're going to hug the knees into the chest and see if you can wrap your hands nice and tight. Maybe hold the wrist, forearms, or even the elbows. You squish those legs in. And then you're going to release and bring the feet flat on the floor and bring your hands next to the body. Walk the shoulders away from the ears. Push your belly into the floor. Then you're going to bring your left knee up to about 90 degrees. Your ankle is flexed, so your knee is right over that hip. And then bring the other leg to join it. They're about a fist distance between the knees and the feet. And your back is nice and pressed into the floor. Your belly is into the floor. And then let your palms just rest. There's no pressure on the fingers. And then take your right foot, and I want you to tap your heel to the floor and bring it back up and do that 3 more times. It's very slow movement, but this is also good to work the core. And 1 more. And then do your left foot 4 times on the heel. And you might notice a difference on the obliques, the sides of the waist. 4 times, 1 more. Now you're going to do the right side again, but you're going to point the foot and do the toe. Might feel a little easier. And then after your 4, you're going to do the left. 4 times, touch that toe. 1 more. Good. Now you're going to bring your arms to cactus arms. So you're going to bend the elbows. So I'm giving you a little challenge here. Feet are still flexed. Now I want you to alternate. Tap the right heel to the floor, bring it up, and then the left heel. 3 more each side. Tap. 2 more. Again, not overarching the back. You don't want to feel any pain. And then when you're done with your 4, you're going to bring your feet back to the floor, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. And just notice the chest opening up. Look to the right. And then turn your head through the center and look to your left. Bring your head back to center. You're going to bring your arms next to the body, palms down. Reach towards your heels or your ankles. And then you're going to press into your feet and you're going to lift your hips. So you're lengthening through the spine. Notice what's going on in the quads. Hopefully the knees are not falling open. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, go ahead and lower those hips all the way to the floor. And then hug your right knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze and then press your right foot up to the sky. Let's do a little ankle rotation and then change direction. Good, let the foot relax. Now you're going to straighten out your left leg to the front of the mat. And you can continue holding onto the thigh, or you can move up to the calf. And just feel that stretch. Maybe it's in the back of your leg, maybe in your hip flexor. Everybody's a little different. Flex your left foot and then your right. And then bend your right knee. Place your right foot flat on the floor. And we're going to hug the left knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. And then extend it up to the sky and rotate the ankle. And change direction. And then relax your foot and extend your right leg to the front of the mat. Foot is flexed. And again, you can hold the thigh. You can slide it up higher to the calf. And breathe. Now you're going to let that left knee bend and bring the foot flat to the floor and extend and bring both knees in, bending the knees, feet flat. This time let's take a cactus arms again. Let's try our bridge with the cactus arms. So lift those hips, lengthening through the back. And then slowly lowering your hips all the way back down. We're going to pull the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze, separate your knees, and then bring them to the floor all the way together. Squeeze the feet in the knees, arms are still cactus arms, and drop both knees to your right, and maybe look to the left. Nice little twist. Again, you want this to feel good. Your left shoulder stays on the floor. Slowly bring your head back to neutral and let your knees come back up. Realign your hips and then drop your knees to the left. And now, and your right shoulder stays on the floor, and maybe turn your head and look to the right. One more breath. And then you're going to bring your head back to neutral. Slowly bring your knees back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Separate them again. This time, option for a happy baby. And you can hold behind the thighs. You can hold the toes. So basically, your knees are apart and your heels are pressing towards the ceiling and your knees towards the floor. You can rock side to side. Feel the tailbone pushing towards the floor. And then find your center. We're going to release the legs. If you'd like, you can give them a squeeze. Bring your feet to the floor. And then maybe a full body stretch. Extending the arms overhead, the legs out to the front of the mat. And then bring your arms next to your body. And just let your legs fall open. For your Shavasana, walk your shoulders away from the ears. Spread out those shoulder blades, palms are up. Close your eyes, and let's just tune into the breath. And notice how everything feels. Maybe you feel a little more peaceful, a little more relaxed, a little more blood flowing or energized. Everybody's a little different. Maybe that was very easy for you. Maybe you challenged yourself in some of the postures. Just breathe in gratitude for taking this time for yourself. Exhale any thoughts not serving you. And breathe that in again. Inhale gratitude. Exhale any thoughts not serving you or any tension in the body. You are welcome to stay in there, that Shavasana, or you can roll to a side. You can hug your knees or on your back. And then working our way up to an easy seat, a nice tall seated posture. Lifting and lengthening. Close your eyes for a moment, tune into the body, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And then reach the arms out to the side, look up at the hands as they come up, and you inhale, exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.